opportunity and bad luck, these are actually just guises for good luck, really. You may not like the lessons that you're presented with or the opportunities for growth that you're presented with, but they are still opportunities for growth, which to me means that they're lucky events. If you can only support creators who provide value and make you think, please consider contributing to my Patreon page the next time you watch one of my videos. Hello everybody and welcome. I've been having some interesting discussions lately, largely consisting of some philosophy stuff that I've been working on. But I wanted to share this little piece with you today, which is the concept of luck and the role it plays kind of in our world and in success. So I was talking to both my dad and my stepsister, essentially, and both of them kind of agreed that luck didn't exist, which is kind of funny to me because I'm like, there has to be some other factor. Like, if everything could be done by everybody, then one method should work for every single one of them. And my dad is like, well, the circumstances differ from each person, and their success means that another method has to be used by the next individual, and that, every individual is different, so the roadmap doesn't look the same for everybody, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, but then doesn't that kind of mean that you have to luck into your solution? And I suppose that when it comes to this concept, I understand where he's coming from, because, it could just be that you try one thing after another, and you keep going, trying new things, until you finally find a solution. And, maybe that's how it's supposed to work. You try and you try and you try, and then you run out of other options, so one works. But to me, that still seems really lucky. And I understand what my dad says about luck and whatnot, but I'm like, but there still seems to be this aspect of chance. There still seems to be this aspect of luck. One of the things that frustrates me about his particular definition, and this is actually kind of a definition that I have found useful over the years myself, but he seems to have taken it to mean something a little bit different than what I do. So his concept of luck is that luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So essentially, you are knowing what you want, you move toward what you want, you prepare for the success that you're going to have, and then the opportunity presents itself. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's cool. I like that definition of luck. But are you telling me that opportunity presents itself with such regularity that it's not lucky when you get the right opportunity? Like, to me, it seems like the opportunity itself is something you luck into. Now, there is a concept that my dad has that I do agree with, which is that there is no such thing as bad luck. And I tend to agree with this concept as well, in that all luck is essentially like the universe telling you, yeah, you're on the right path, or no, you're not. So when you recognize an opportunity, it's going to feel like good luck. And when you step off your path and feel the whiplash of a bad choice, it's going to feel like bad luck. But in actuality, it's more of a consequence, which I suppose you could say was bad luck, but we have this term consequence for a reason, so I like to use that one instead in that particular instance. Good luck, though, I mean, it could be a consequence, but it seems to me that good things happen in all aspects of your life when you're feeling good, and it doesn't require you to know how they happened. And there are good things that happen all the time, seemingly at random. Now, you could also say that there are bad things that happen seemingly at random, And perhaps that's also true. So that could also be called bad luck or good luck. But personally, as long as you're moving forward, everything is kind of for the best. You know, you're growing, you're learning, so on and so forth. So every bad thing that happens, though it may suck in the moment, is ultimately for the betterment of you if you can take the lessons from it that you need to. And that's not necessarily a lesson that everybody's going to agree with. It's not necessarily a lesson that everybody's gonna want to consider. But from my perspective, even the worst events that can occur are an opportunity for growth and development beyond what you have currently understood. And this includes even the worst things, you know, like death, like rape, and so on. So I know how much it sucks to lose somebody. I've been through that. But I also know that it has defined me in a way that I believe I am a better person because of it. I know that when I lost my sister when I was young, it was very, very painful, and there was a long mourning process. But looking back, had she not died, she probably would have had less impact on my life than she did through her death. Now, this is not to say that the world is better off with her gone. It's just that the impact her death had on me was so much stronger than maybe her life could have been. Now, that's impossible to say for sure, because, you know, I can only explore the one option. I can't change the past. And obviously she had many, many other people in her life, and perhaps her death did not aid them in the same way that it did me in my development. I do think it's possible for such an event to improve every individual's life. And it's not, again, to say that the death was a good thing or that the world was better off, but merely that we all have the capability to make good of a bad situation and grow and improve because of it. So, opportunity and bad luck, you know, these are actually just guises for good luck, really. You may not like the lessons that you're presented with or the opportunities for growth that you're presented with, but they are still opportunities for growth, which to me means that they're lucky events. You could say that from this perspective, every event in your life is actually a lucky event because it causes you to move forward. And I'd say there's probably some truth in this. You know, we like to think that life is really random and that, you know, most of what happens is chance or, you know, unplanned. But then we also have the other side of the coin where we like to believe that everything is strictly planned out and that even if you step off the path, you will inevitably find your way to whatever end goal has been laid out before you. But both of these options have some flaws in them. You know, it can't be pure chance and it can't be pure fate. I talked about this in another video a little while ago. So to me, luck it falls on the side of pure chance, but it has little hints of fate in it as well. You know, that hints the good aspect, good luck, lucking into things, which indicates that there is kind of a path, but more than likely it's one of our own design. And this is where the law of attraction kind of comes in as well. You know, you make decisions for your life and you move towards your goals and whatnot. And as you push forward, you're offered opportunities that kind of match the desire that you're putting forward. So if you're working toward financial freedom, you're going to see the financial opportunities entering your life. Whereas you might not necessarily recognize opportunities for romance because you're not really focused on that aspect of your life. Now, you could end up in a romantic relationship, possibly even a great one, they get married or whatever the case may be, but that's not your focus, so that's kind of like a happy coincidence sort of event. Which once again, would be kind of a luck element, but it's also kind of a fate element. And I think this is where that whole concept of positive emotions bring you positive events, even if they're not specifically lined up with what you are focusing on in your life. Whereas negative emotions do bring negative events, despite the fact that they're not necessarily in the area that you're focused on. But it's going to feel like chance, or, you know, it's I guess it's not quite as impactful. You don't recognize it as being related to your negative emotion, because I think a lot of us are trained into negativity a lot more than we are trained into positivity. So, yeah, I guess your world does match your vibration, but it doesn't feel as coincidental when you're in a negative state of mind as it does when you're in a positive state of mind. You know, when you're in a negative state of mind, you don't really notice 11:11 on the clock, versus when you're in a positive state of mind and you notice 11:11, 2:22, 3:33, so on. It always feels really fun and exciting, because you're like, oh my gosh, I caught the world in one of these rare moments when all the numbers line up, or, you know, Pi Day 3.14 kind of thing, in March and whatnot. So you feel the connectedness when you're in a positive state of mind, and that's why the coincidences that arise feel so amazing. Versus when you're in a negative state of mind, you're actually disconnected, and you don't necessarily notice the discord because you're already in discord. So that's kind of how that seems to work from my perspective. So to me, luck plays an important role in success, and I do think it's important to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers. You know, we don't have all the solutions. We don't know how everything's necessarily going to play out. So you have to be open to the possibilities that things will go differently than you expect, but that the world is moving in the direction of that which you want. You do have control over the direction of your life. So if you continue to live from a positive perspective and so on, you will see the opportunities that come your way. You know, that's when opportunity will meet preparation, and you can start to see the results. You can ride the wave of success, kind of thing. So I guess really this video is about maintaining your positive mood, and just a little bit of a discussion around the concept of luck. This is one of those concepts that I'm probably going to be thinking about a lot and considering more often and things like that. So it's entirely possible I'll come to new conclusions and share those with you too. But I definitely think that the concept of luck is one that gets me thinking, so I figured I'd share it with you as well, and possibly get you thinking about what luck means to you. If you have a different definition, or you have something that you would like to share, definitely leave that in the comments. It'd be really cool to see what kind of discussions come out of this video. And I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about today. So thanks for watching. Click the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. And if you have any questions, comments, video suggestions, questions that you want to ask about the entire channel, definitely leave those in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond. So I will see you again soon. I enjoy being here with you guys, and bye.